Nay. But this dotage of our generals o'erflows the measure. Those his goodly eyes that o'er the files and musters of the war have glowed like plated Mars, now bend, now turn the office and devotion of their view upon a tawny front. His captain's heart, which in the scuffles of great fights hath burst the buckles on his breast, reneges all temper and has become the bellows and the fan to cool a gypsy's lust. Take but good note, and you shall see in him the triple pillar of the world, transformed into a strumpet's fool. Behold and see.
If it be love indeed, tell me how much.
Oh, there's beggary in the love that can be reckoned.
I'll set a born how far to be beloved.
And must thou needs find out new heaven, new earth.
News, my good lord. From Rome.
Oh, grates me the sum.
Hey! Hear them, Antony. Fulvia, perchance, is angry. Oh, who knows? If the scarce bearded Caesar have not sent his powerful mandate to you do this or this, take in that kingdom and franchise that, performed, or else we damn thee.
Oh, my love.
Chance lay and most like, you must not stay here longer. Your dismission is come from Caesar, therefore hear them, Antony. Where's Fulvia's process? Oh, Caesar's. Both! Call in the messengers. As I am Egypt's queen, thou blushest, Antony. And that blood of thine is Caesar's homager, else so thy cheek pays shame when shrill-tongued Fulvius goes. The messengers.
Let Rome in Tiber melt, and the wide arch of the ranged empire fall. Here is my space. Kingdoms are clay. Our dungy earth alike feeds beast as man. The nobleness of life is to do thus. When such a mutual pair, and such a twain can do it, in which I bind on pain of punishment the world to weet, we stand up peerless.
Excellent falsehood. Why? Did he marry Fulvia, not love her?
Oh, for the love of love and her soft hours, let's not confound the time with conference harsh. There's not a minute of our lives should stretch without some pleasure. Now, what sport tonight?
Hear the ambassadors.
Oh, fie, wrangling queen, whom everything becomes. To chide, to laugh, to weep. How every passion fully strives to make itself in thee fair and admired. No messenger but thine. And all alone tonight, we'll wander through the streets and note the qualities of people. Come, my queen. Last night you did desire it. Oh. Speak not to us, huh?
Is Caesar with Antonius prized so slight? He now approves a common liar who thus speaks of him at Rome.
Bring in the banquet, quickly. Wine enough. Cleopatra's health to drink.
Where's the soothsayer that you praised so to the queen?
Soothsayer!
Your will?
Is this the man? Is it you, sir, that know things?
In nature's infinite book of secrets, a little I can read.
Good, now some excellent fortune. Let me be married to 3 kings in a forenoon and widow them all. Bind me to marry with Octavius Caesar and companion me with my mistress.
You shall outlive the lady whom you serve.
Oh, excellent. I love long life better than figs.
You have seen and proved a fairer form of fortune than that which is to approach.
Prithee, how many boys and wenches must I have?
If every of your wishes had a womb, and fertile every wish, 1,000,000.
Out fool.
You think none but your sheets are privy to your wishes.
The Queen! Saw you, my lord.
No, lady.
Was he not here?
No, madam.
He was disposed to mirth, but on the sudden, a Roman thought hath struck him. Enobarbus,
Madam.
seek him and bring him in.
My lord approaches.
We will not look upon him. Go with us!
Fulvia, thy wife, first came into the field.
Against my brother, Lucius.
Aye.
Well, what worst?
Well, Labienus hath, with his Parthian force, extended Asia. From Euphrates his conquering banner shook, from Syria to Lydia and to Ionia, whilst...
Antony, I would say.
My lord.
Speak to me, home. Mince not the general tongue. Name Cleopatra, as she's called in Rome. Rail thou in Fulvia's phrase, and taunt my faults with such full license as both truth and malice have power to utter. Oh. Then we bring forth weeds when our quick minds lie still, and our ills told us is as our hearing. From Sicyon, the news. Egyptian fetters I must break. Lose myself in dotage. What are you?
Fulvia, thy wife, is dead.
Where died she?
In Sicyon. A length of sickness with what else more serious importeth thee to know this bears.
Forbear me.
There's a great spirit gone. Thus did I desire it. What our contempts doth often hurl from us, we wish it ours again. She's good, being gone. The hand could pluck her back, but shoved her on. I must from this enchanting queen break off 10,000 harms more than the ills I know my idleness doth hatch. Enobarbus.
What's your pleasure, sir?
I must with haste from hence.
Why, then we kill all our women. We see how mortal and unkind this is to them. If they suffer our departure, death's the word.
I must be gone.
Under a compelling occasion, let women die. Were a pity to cast them away for nothing. Cleopatra, catching but the least noise of this, dies instantly. I've seen her die 20 times upon far poorer moment. I believe there's metal in death, which commits some loving act upon her. She had such a celerity in dying.
She is cunning, past man's thought.
Laksha, no. We cannot call her winds and waters, sighs and tears. The greatest storms and tempests that almanacs can report. This cannot be cunning in her.
Would I'd never seen her.
Oh, sir, you had then left unseen a wonderful piece of work.
Fulvia is dead.
That?
Fulvia is dead.
Fulvia?
Dead.
Why, give the gods a thankful sacrifice. If there were no other women but Fulvia, then have you indeed a cut, and the case to be lamented. This grief is crowned with consolation. Your old smock brings forth a new petticoat. The tears live in an onion that should water this sorrow.
No, right answers the business she hath broached in the state cannot endure my absence. Sextus Pompeius hath given the dare to Caesar and commands the empire of the sea. His quality going on, the sides of the world may danger. Say our pleasure to such whose place is under us requires our quick remove from hence.
I'll do it.
I shall break the cause of our expedience to the Queen. Get her leave to part.
Where is he?
I did not see him since.
See where he is, who's with him, what he does. I did not send you. If you find him sad, say I am dancing. If in mirth, report that I am sudden sick, we can return.
Madam, methinks if you did love him dearly, you do not hold the method to enforce the like from him.
What should I do? I do not.
In each thing give him way. Cross him in nothing.
Thou teachest like a fool. The way to lose him.
Here comes Antony.
I am sick and sullen.
I am sorry to give breathing to my purpose.
Help me away, dear Charmian. Ooh, I shall fall. It cannot be thus long. The sides of nature will not sustain it.
Dearest
Pray
Queen,
you, stand farther from me.
what's the matter?
I know, by that same eye, there's some good news. What says the married woman? You may go? Would she had never given you leave to come? Let her not say it is I that keep you here. I have no power upon you. Hers you are.
The gods best know.
Oh, never was there queen so mightily betrayed. Yet at the first, I saw the treason's plant.
Cleopatra.
Why should I think you can be mine and true that have been false to Fulvia? Riotous madness! To be entangled with those mouth-made vows that break themselves in swearing.
Sweet Queen.
Pray you, seek no colour for your going, but bid farewell and go. When you sued stay, then was the time for words. No going then. Eternity was in our lips and eyes, bliss in our brows bent. None our paths so poor, but was a race of heaven. They are so still, or thou the greatest soldier of the world, are turned the greatest liar.
How now, lady?
I would I had thy inches, thou shouldst know there were a heart in Egypt.
Hear me, Queen. The strong necessity of time commands my services a while, but my full heart remains in use with you. Our Italy shines o'er with civil swords. Sextus Pompeius makes his approaches to the port of Rome. But that which most with you should safe my going is Fulvia's death.
Though age from folly could not give me freedom, it does from childishness. Can Fulvia die?
She's dead, my queen. See when and where she died.
Oh, most false love! Where be the sacred vials thou shouldst fill with sorrowful water? Now I see. In Fulvia's death her mine received shall be.
Quarrel no more. By the fire which quickens Nilus' slime, I go from hence thy soldier, servant, making peace or war as thou affects.
Cut my lace, Charmian, come! But let it be. I'm quickly ill and well. So Antony loves.
My precious queen, forbear, and give true audience to his love, which stands an honorable trial.
So Fulvia told. I prithee turn aside and weep for her. Then bid adieu to me and say the tears belong to Egypt. Could now play one scene of excellent assembling. Let it look like perfect honor.
You'll heat my blood. No more!
You can do better yet. But this is meekly.
By my sword!
And target still he mends. But this is not the best. Look, prithee, Charmian, how this Herculean Roman doth become the carriage of his chafe.
I'll leave you, lady.
Courteous lord, one word. Sir, you and I must part. But that's not it. Sir, you and I have loved. But there's not it. That you know well. Something it is I would... Oh, my oblivion is a very Antony, and I'm all forgotten.
But that your royalty holds idleness your subject, I should take you for idleness itself.
'Tis sweating labor to bear such idleness so near the heart as Cleopatra this. But, sir, forgive me, since my becomings kill me when they do not eye well to you. For honor calls you hence. Therefore, be deaf to my unpitied folly, and all the gods go with you. Upon your sword sit laurel victory, and smooth success be strewed before your feet.
Let us go. Come. Our separation so abides and flies, that thou residing here goes yet with me, and I, hence fleeting, here remain with thee. Away.
You may see, Lepidus, and henceforth know. It is not Caesar's natural vice to hate our great competitor. From Alexandria, this is the news. He fishes, drinks, and wastes the lamps of night in revel. He's not more manlike than Cleopatra, nor the Queen of Ptolemy more womanly than he. Hardly gave audience, or vouchsafed to think he had partners. You shall find there a man who is the abstract of all faults that all men follow.
I must not think there are evils enow to darken all his goodness. His faults in him seem as the spots of heaven, more fiery by night's blackness, hereditary rather than purchased. What he cannot change than what he chooses.
You are too indulgent. Let's grant. It's not amiss to tumble on the bed of Ptolemy. Give a kingdom for a mirth. to sit and keep the turn of tippling with a slave, to reel the streets at noon and stand the buffet with knaves that smell of sweat. Yet must Antony no way excuse his foils when we do bear so great weight in his likeness.
Here's more news.
Pompey is strong at sea. And it appears he is beloved by those that only have feared Caesar.
I should have known no less. It hath been taught us from the primal state that the ebbed man, ne'er loved till ne'er worth love, comes dear by being lacked. This common body, like to a vagabond flag upon the stream, goes to and back, lacking the varying tide, to rot itself with motion.
Caesar, I bring thee word. Menecrates and Minas, famous pirates, make the sea serve them in Pompey's cause. No vessel can peep forth, but 'tis as soon taken as seen.
Antony! Leave thy lascivious wassails! When thou once wast beaten from Modena, at thy heels did famine follow, whom thou fought against, though daintily brought up, with patience more than savages could suffer. Thou didst drink the stale of horses, and the gilded puddle that beasts would cough at. And all this, Antony, it wounds thine honor that I speak it now, was born so like a soldier, that thy cheek so much as lanked not.
'Tis pity of him.
Let his shames quickly drive him to Rome. 'Tis time we twain did show ourselves at the field, and to that end assemble we a mated council. Farewell.
Farewell, my lord. What you shall know, meantime, of stirs abroad, I shall beseech you, sir, to let me be partaker.
Doubt not, sir. I knew it from my bond.
Charmian.
Madam?
Give me to drink mandragora,
Why, madam?
that I might sleep out this great gap of time my Antony is away.
You think of him too much.
Oh, 'tis treason.
Madam, I trust not so.
Thou, eunuch Mardian.
What's your highness' pleasure?
Not now to hear thee sing. I take no pleasure in aught an eunuch has. Hast thou affections?
Yes, gracious madam.
Indeed.
Not indeed, madam, for I can do nothing. Yet I have fierce affections, and think what Venus did with Mars.
Oh, Charmian. Where thinkst thou he is now? Stands he, or sits he, or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse, to bear the weight of Antony. Do bravely, horse, for what's thou whom thou movest, the demi-Atlas of this earth, the arm and Bergonet of men. He's speaking now, or murmuring, where's my serpent of old Nile? For so he calls me. Now, I feed myself with most delicious poison. Think on me, that am with Phoebus' amorous pinches black, and wrinkled deep in time. Broad-fronted Caesar, when thou wast here above the ground, I was a morsel for a monarch.
Sovereign of Egypt, hail.
How much unlike art thou, Mark Antony? Yet coming from him, that great medicine hath with his tinct gilded thee. How goes it with my brave Mark Antony?
Last thing he did, dear Queen, he kissed the last of many doubled kisses. This orient pearl. His speech sticks in my heart.
Mine ear must pluck it thence.
Good friend, quoth he, say the firm Roman to great Egypt sends this treasure of an oyster, at whose foot, to mend the petty present, I will piece her opulent throne with kingdoms. All the East, say thou, shall call her mistress.
Was he sad or merry?
Like to the time of the year between the extremes of hot and cold, he was nor sad nor merry.
Oh, well-divided disposition. Note him, good Charmian, 'tis the man. But note him, he was not sad, for he would shine on those that make their looks by his. He was not merry, which seemed to tell them his remembrance lay in Egypt with his joy. But between both, oh, heavenly mingle. Metst thou my posts?
Aye, madam, 20 several messengers. Why do you send so thick?
Who's born that day that I forget to send to Antony shall die a beggar. Ink and paper, Charmian, welcome, my good Alexis. Did I, Charmian, ever love Caesar so?
Oh, that brave Caesar.
Thee choked with such another emphasis. Say the brave Antony.
Valiant Caesar.
By Isis, I will give thee bloody teeth if thou with Caesar paragon again, my man of men.
By your most gracious pardon, I sing but after you.
My salad days, when I was green in judgment, cold in blood, to say as I said then. Get me ink and paper. Ye shall have every day a several greeting, or I'll unpeople Egypt.
Good Enobarbus, 'tis a worthy deed, and shall become you well to entreat your captain to soft and gentle speech.
I shall entreat him to answer like himself.
Your speech is passion, but pray you stir no embers up. Here comes the noble Antony.
Yonder Caesar.
If we compose well here to Parthia, Thidias.
I do not know, Maecenas. Ask Agrippa.
Noble friends.
That which combined us was most great, and let not a leaner action rend us. Noble partners the rather, for I earnestly beseech, touch you the sourest points with sweetest terms, nor cursedness grow to the matter.
'Tis spoken well. Were we before our armies, and to fight, I should do that.
Welcome to Rome.
Thank you.
Sit.
Sit, sir.
Nay then.
I learn you take things ill which are not so, or being concern you not.
I must be laughed at if all for nothing or a little I should say myself offended. With you, chiefly of the world.
My being in Egypt, Caesar, what was to you?
No more than my residing here in Rome might be to you in Egypt. Yet, if you there did practice on my state, your being in Egypt might be my question.
How intend you
practice.
You may be pleased to catch at mine intent by what did here befall me. Your wife and brother made wars upon me, and their contestation was theme for you. You were the word of war.
You do mistake your business. My brother never did urge me in his act. Did he not rather make these wars alike against my stomach, having alike your cause? If you patch a quarrel, must not be with this.
You praise yourself by laying defects of judgment to me, but you patched up your excuses.
Not so, not so. As for my wife, the third of the world is yours, which with a snaffle you may pace easy, but not such a wife.
Would we had all such wives that the men might go to wars with the women?
I wrote to you. When rioting in Alexandria, you did pocket up my letters, and with taunts did jibe my missive out of audience.
So he fell upon me, I admitted. Then 3 kings I had newly feasted, and did want of what I was in the morning. But the next day I told him of myself, which is as much as to have asked his pardon. Let this fellow be nothing of our strife.
You have broken the article of your oath, which you shall never have tongue to charge me with.
Soft, Caesar. No, Lepidus, let him speak. The honor is sacred, and she talks on now. Supposing that I lacked it. On, Caesar. The article of my oath.
To lend me arms and aid when I required them, the which you both denied.
Neglected, rather! And then when poisoned hours had bound me up from the knowledge of mine own self, as nearly as I may, I'll play the penitent to you. Truth is, Fulvia, to have me out of Egypt made wars here, for which myself, the ignorant motive, do so far ask pardon as befits mine honor to stoop in such a case.
'Tis noble spoken.
If it might please you, to enforce no further the griefs between you. To forget them quite were to remember that the present need speaks to atone you.
Worthily spoken, Messina.
Or, if you borrow one another's love for the instant, you may, when you hear no more words of Pompey, return it again. You shall have time to wrangle him when you've nothing else to do.
Thou art a soldier only. Speak no more.
Ah. The truth should be silent. I'd almost forgot.
You wrong this presence, therefore speak no more.
Go to, then. You consider it stone.
I do not much dislike the matter, but the manner of his speech. But it cannot be we shall remain in friendship, our conditions so differing in their acts. Yet, if I knew what hoop should hold us staunch, from edge to edge of the world, I would pursue it.
Give me leave, Caesar.
Speak, Agrippa.
Thou hast a sister by thy mother's side, admired Octavia. Great Mark Antony is now a widower.
Say not so, Agrippa. If Cleopatra heard you, your reproof were well-deserved of rashness.
I am not married, Caesar. Let me hear, Agrippa.
To hold you in perpetual amity, to make you brothers, and to knit your hearts with an unslipping knot, take Antony Octavia to his wife, whose beauty claims no worse a husband than the best of men, whose virtue and whose general graces speak that which none else can utter. By this marriage, all little jealousies which now seem great, and all great fears which now import their dangers, would then be nothing. Pardon what I have spoke. What is a studied, not a present thought, by duty ruminated.
Well, Caesar, speak.
Not till he hears how Antony is moved with what is spoke already.
What power is in Agrippa, if I should say Agrippa be it so, to make this good?
The power of Caesar, and his power unto Octavia.
May I never, to this good purpose which so fairly shows, dream of impediments. Let me have your hand. Further this act of grace, and from this hour, the heart of brothers govern in our loves and sway our great desires.
There's my hand. A sister I bequeath you, whom no brother did ever love so dearly.
Happily, amen.
I did not think to draw my sword against Pompey, yet ere we put ourselves in arms, dispatch we the business we have talked of.
With most gladness, and to invite you to my sister's view, whither straight I'll lead you.
Let us, Lepidus, not lack your company.
Noble Antony, not sickness should detain me.
Welcome from Egypt.
Worthy Maecenas. My honorable friend Agrippa.
Good Enobarbus.
We have cause to be glad that matters are so well digested. Let us go.
Enobarbus, be my guest whilst you abide here.
Humbly, sir, I thank you.
You stayed well by it in Egypt.
We did sleep day out of countenance, and made the night light with drinking.
8 wild boars, roasted whole at a breakfast? And but 12 persons there. Is this true?
This was but as a fly by an eagle.
The most triumphant lady of report be squared.
When she first met Mark Antony, she burst up his heart upon the river of Cydnus.
There she appeared indeed, or my reporter devised it well.
I'll tell you. The barge she sat in, like a burnished throne, burned on the water. The poop was beaten gold, purple the sails, and so perfumed that the winds were lovesick with them. The oars were silver, which to the tune of flutes kept stroke, and made the water which they beat to follow faster as amorous of their strokes. For her own person, it beggared all description. She did lie in her pavilion, cloth of gold of tissue, or picturing that Venus where we see the fancy outwork nature. On each side her stood pretty dimpled boys, like smiling cupids with divers colored fans, whose wind did seem to glow the delicate cheeks which they did cool, and what they undid, did.
Rare for Antony.
A gentle women, like the Nereides, so many mermaids tended her the eyes and made their bends adornings. At the helm, a seeming mermaid steers. The silken tackles swell with the touches of those flowers' soft hands that yearly frame the office. And from the barge, a strange, invisible perfume hits the sense of the adjacent walls. The city cast the people out upon her. And Antony, enthroned in the marketplace, did sit alone, whistling to the air, which but for vacancy had gone to gaze on Cleopatra too, and made a gap in nature.
Rare Egyptian.
Upon our landing, Antony sent to her, invited her to supper. She replied, it were better he became her guest, which she entreated. Our courteous Antony, whom ne'er the word of no woman heard speak, being barbered 10 times o'er, goes to the feast, and for his ordinary pays his heart for what his eyes eat only.
Royal wench. She made great Caesar lay his sword to bed. He plowed her, and she cropped.
I saw her once hop 40 paces through the public streets, and having lost her breath, she spoke and panted that she did make defect, perfection, and breathless power breathe forth.
Now Antony must leave her utterly.
Never! He will not. Age cannot wither her, nor custom stale her infinite variety. Other women cloy the appetites they feed, but she makes hungry where most she satisfies. For vilest things become themselves in her. Let the holy priests bless her when she's riggish.
If beauty, wisdom, modesty can settle the heart of Antony, Octavia is a blessed lottery to him.
The world and my great office will sometimes divide me from your bosom.
All which time, before the gods, my knee shall bow my prayers to them. For you.
My Octavia, read not my blemishes in the world's report. I have not kept my square, but that to come shall all be done by the rule. Good night, dear lady.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Has Pompey made a peace?
He has been given Sicily, Sardinia, and has undertaken to rid the seas of the pirates.
Pompey's father wouldn't dare have made this peace.
For my part, I am sorry it has turned to a drinking.
We look not for Mark Antony here. Pray, is he married to Cleopatra?
Caesar's sister is called Octavia.
True, she was the wife of Caius Marcellus.
She's now the wife of Marcus Antonius.
Zeus!
Yeah, it is true.
Now is he and Caesar forever knit together.
If I were bound to divine of this unity, I would not prophesy so.
I think the policy of the purpose made more to the marriage than the love of the parties.
You shall find the band which seems to tie their friendship together will be the very strangler of their amity. Octavia is of a holy, cold, and still conversation.
Who would not have his wife so?
Not he that is himself not so, which is Mark Antony. He will to his Egyptian dish again. That's on the size of Octavia, with a fire up in Caesar.
Come, sir, I have a health for you.
I shall take it. We have used our throats in Egypt.
Thus do they, sir. They take the flow of the Nile by certain scales in the pyramid. They can tell by the height, the lowness, or the mean, if dearth or poison.
You have strange serpents there.
Aye.
Your serpent of Egypt now is bred of your mud by the operation of your son. So is your crocodile.
A health to Lepidus!
I'm not so well as I should be, but I'll now out. Nay, certainly. I have heard that your Ptolemy's pyramids are very goodly things. Without contradiction, I have heard that.
A health to
What manner of thing is your crocodile?
It is shaped like itself. It is as broad as it hath breadth. It is just as high as it is, and it moves with its own organs. It lives by that which nourisheth it, and the elements, once out of it, it transmigrates.
What colour is it of?
Of its own colour, too.
'Tis a strange serpent.
'Tis so. And the tears of it are wet.
Will this description satisfy him?
I have to let me I'll pledge it for him.
This is not yet an Alexandrian feast!
It ripens towards it. Strike the vessels, ho! Here's to... Caesar!
I could well forbear it. 'Tis monstrous labour when I wash my brain and it grows fouler.
Oh, be a child of the time.
Possess it. I'll make answer.
Shall we now dance the Egyptian bacchanal? Celebrate our drink! Let's all take hands! Make battery to our ears with the loud music!
What would you more? Good night, good brother. You see, we have burned our cheeks. Strong Enobarbus is weaker than the wine. My own tongue splits what it speaks. What needs more words? Good night.
sir.
You do wish yourself in Egypt?
Would I had never come from thence, nor you thither.
If you can, your reason.
I see it in my motion, have it not on my tongue. But yet hie you to Egypt again.
Say to me, whose fortune shall rise higher? Caesar's or mine?
Caesar's. Therefore, O Antony, stay not by his side. Make space enough between you.
Go, get thee gone. Say to Thidias I would speak with him. He shall to Parthia. Be it art or hap, he hath spoken true. I will to Egypt, though I make this marriage for my peace. In the east, my pleasure lies.
Give me some music. Music. Moody food of us that trade in love.
The music, ho!
Let it alone. Let's do billiards. Come, Charmian.
My arm is sore. Best play with Mardian.
Oh, not now. Give me mine angle. Wheel to the river. There, my music playing far off. I will betray tawny fin fishes. My bended hook shall pierce their slimy jaws, and as I draw them up, I'll think them everyone an Antony, and say, you're caught.
'Twas merry when you wagered on your angling. When your diver did hang a salt fish on his hook, which he with fervency drew up.
Oh, times. I laughed him out of patience in that night. I laughed him into patience. And the next morn, the 9th hour, I drunk him to his bed. Then put my tires and mantles on him, whilst I wore his sword. By Lipan! Oh, from Italy! Ram, thou thy fruitful tidings in mine ear, that long time have been barren.
Madam, madam.
Antonius dead. If thou sayest so, villain, thou kill'st thy mistress, but well and free if thou so yield him. There's gold, and here my bluest veins to kiss, a hand that kings have lipped and trembled kissing.
First, madam, he's well.
Why, there's more gold. But, Sirrah Mark, we used to say the dead are well. Bring it to that, the gold I give thee will I melt and pour down thy ill-uttering throat.
Good madam, hear me.
Well, go to I will, but there's no goodness in thy face.
Well, please you hear me.
I have a mind to strike thee ere thou speakst. Yet if thou say Antony lives, is well, or friends with Caesar, or not captive to him, I'll set thee in a shower of gold and hail rich pearls upon thee.
Madam, he's well.
Well said.
Friends of Caesar.
Thou an honest man.
Caesar and he are greater friends than ever.
Make thee a fortune from me.
But yet, madam.
I do not like but yet. Fie upon but yet as a jailer to bring forth some monstrous malefactor. Prithee, friend, pour out the pack of matter to mine ear. The good and bad together. He's friends with Caesar, in state of health, thou sayest, and thou sayest free.
Free, madam? No, I made no such report. He's bound unto Octavia.
For what good turn?
For the best tourney, the bed.
I am pale, Charmian.
Madam, he's married to Octavia.
Ah! Mountain money! Yes! What doest thou? Hence! Horrible villain! Oh, spurn the rise! Thy balls before me! I'll unpair thy head! Thou shalt be whipped with wire, stewed in brine, smarting and lingering pickle! Safe is not so a province I will give thee and make thy fortunes proud.
Madam, he's married to Octavia.
Thou hast lived too long.
Good madam, keep yourself within yourself. The man is innocent.
Some innocent escape not the thunderbolt. Melt Egypt into Nile, and kindly creatures turn all to serpents. Call the slave again. Though I am mad, I will not bite him. Call!
He is afeard to come.
I will not hurt him. These hands do lack nobility, that they strike a meaner than myself, since I myself have given myself the cause. Come hither, sir. Though it be honest, it is never good to bring bad news.
I have done my duty.
Is he married? I cannot hate thee worse than I do if thou again say yes.
He's married, madam.
The gods confound thee, dost thou hold there still?
Should I lie, madam?
Oh, I would thou didst. He is married?
I crave your highness' pardon.
He is married!
To punish me for what you make me do seems much unequal. He's married to Octavia.
Get thee hence. The merchandise that thou hast brought from Rome are all too dear for me. Lie they upon thy hand, and be undone by him.
Good, your highness, patient.
In praising Antony, I have dispraised Caesar.
Many times, madam.
I'm paid for it now. Oh, Iris, Charmian. Go to the fellow, good Alexis. Bid him report the feature of Octavia. Her years, her inclination. Let him not leave out the color of her hair. Bring me word quickly. Let him forever go. Let him not, Charmian. Though he be painted one way like a Gorgon, the other way is a Mars. Bid you, Alexis, bring me word how tall she is. Pity me, Charmian, but do not speak to me.
What are the brothers parted?
Octavia weeps to part from Rome. Caesar is sad. And Lepidus is troubled with the green sickness.
'Tis a noble Lepidus.
Oh, a very fine one. Oh, how he loves Caesar.
Nay, but how dearly he adores Mark Antony.
So, this is the horse. Adieu, noble Agrippa.
Good fortune, worthy soldier, and farewell.
No further, sir.
Most noble Antony, let not the piece of virtue which is set betwixt us as the cement of our love to keep it builded be the ram to batter the fortress of it. For better might we have loved without this mean, if on both parts this be not cherished.
Make me not offended in your distrust.
I have said.
You shall not find, though you be therein curious, the least cause for what you seem to fear.
Farewell, my dearest sister. Fare thee well.
Sir, look well to my husband's house. And
what, Octavia?
I'll tell you in your ear.
Will Caesar weep? By Enobarbus, when Antony found Julius Caesar dead, he cried almost to roaring, and he wept when at Philippi he found Brutus slain.
That year indeed he was troubled with a rheum.
No. Sweet Octavia, you shall hear from me still.
Come, sir.
Come. I'll wrestle with you in my strength of love. Look, here I have you. Thus I let you go and give you to the gods.
And you, be happy.
All the number of the stars give light to thy fair way. Hey, farewell.
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 Where is the fellow?
Half afeared to come.
Go to, go to. Come hither, sir.
Good Majesty, Herod of Jury dare not look upon you, but when you are well pleased.
That Herod's head I'll have. But how, when Antony is gone, through whom I might command it?
come thou near.
Most gracious Majesty.
Didst thou behold Octavia?
I, dread Queen.
Where?
Madam, in Rome. I looked her in the face and saw her led between her brother and Mark Antony.
Is she as tall as me?
Madam, she's not.
Didst hear her speak? Is she shrill-tongued or low?
Madam, I heard her speak. She is low-voiced.
That's not so good. He cannot like her long.
Like her? I said it is impossible.
I think so, Charmian. Dull of tongue and dwarfish. What majesty is in her gait, remember, if e'er thou look'st on majesty.
She creeps. Her motion and her station are as one. She shows a body rather than a life, a statue than a breather.
Is this certain?
Or I have no observance.
3 in Egypt cannot make better note.
It is very knowing, I do perceive. There's nothing in her yet. The fellow has good judgment.
Excellent.
Guess at her years, I prithee.
Madam, she was a widow.
Widow! Charmian, Mark!
And I do think she's 30.
There's thou her face in mind. Is long or round?
Round, even to faultiness.
For the most part, too, they are foolish that are so. Her hair, what color?
Brown, madam. And her forehead as low as she would wish it.
There's gold for thee. Thou must not take my former sharpness ill. I will employ thee back again. I find thee most fit for business. Go make thee ready. Our letters are prepared.
A proper man.
Indeed, he is so. I repent me much that so I harried him. Why, methinks by him this creature is no such thing.
Nothing.
The man, hath seen some majesty and should know.
Hath he seen majesty? Isis else defend and serving you so long.
All may be well enough.
I warrant you, madam.
Nay, Octavia. Not only that were excusable, but he hath waged new wars. Spoke scantly of me when the best hint was given him. He not took't, or did it from his teeth.
Oh, my good lord, believe not all. Or if you must believe, stomach not all. A more unhappy lady, if this division chance ne'er stood between, praying for both parts. The good gods will mock me presently when I shall pray, oh, bless my lord and husband. Undo that prayer by crying out as loud, oh, bless my brother. Husband, win. Win, brother. Praise and destroys that prayer. No midway twixt these extremes at all.
Gentle Octavia, if I lose mine honor, I lose myself. Better I were not yours than yours so branchless. But as you requested, yourself shall go between us. Meantime, lady, I'll raise the preparation of a war shall stain your brother. Make your soonest haste.
Thanks to my lord. The Jove of power make me most weak. Most weak, your reconciler. Wars twixt you twain would be as if the world should cleave.
Provide your going.
Contemning Rome, he has done all this and more in Alexandria. Here's the manner of it. In the marketplace, on a tribunal silvered, Cleopatra and himself in chairs of gold were publicly enthroned. At her side stood Caesarion, whom they call my father's son, and all the unlawful issue that their lust since then had made between them. This in the public eye, in the common showplace where they exercise. His sons he there proclaimed the kings of kings. Great Media, Parthia, and Armenia he gave to Alexander. To Ptolemy he assigned Syria, Cilicia, and Phoenicia. She, the habiliments of the goddess Isis that day appeared.
Let Rome be thus informed.
Queasy with his insolence already, will their good thoughts go from him?
The people know it, and have now received his accusations.
Who does he accuse?
Caesar. He frets that Lepidus of the Triumvirate should be deposed, and being that we detain all his revenue.
Sir, this should be answered.
I've told him Lepidus was grown too cruel and to deserve his change.
Hail, Caesar, and my lord. Hail, most dear Caesar.
That ever I should call thee castaway.
You have not called me so, nor have you cause.
Why have you stolen upon us thus? You come not like Caesar's sister. The wife of Antony should have an army for an usher, and the neighs of horse to tell of her approach long ere she did appear. But you are come a market maid to Rome, and have prevented the ostentation of our love.
Good my lord, to come thus was I not constrained, but did it on my free will. My lord Mark Antony, hearing that you prepared for war, acquainted my grieved ear withal, whereon I begged his pardon for return.
Which soon he granted, being an abstract between his lust and him.
Do not say so, my lord.
I have eyes upon him, and his affairs come to me on the wind. Where is he now?
My lord? In Athens.
No. My most wronged sister, Cleopatra, hath nodded him to her. He hath given his empire up to a whore, who now are levying the kings of the earth for war.
Oh.
He hath assembled Bocchus, the king of Libya, Archelaus of Cappadocia, Philadelphos, king of Paphlagonia, the Thracian king of Dallas, King Morcus of Arabia, king of Pont, Herod of Juri, Mithridates, king of Commagene, Polymon, and Amintas, all these and a more larger list of scepters.
I will be even with thee, doubt it not.
But why? Why?
Thou hast forspoke my being in these wars and says it is not fit.
Well, is it? Is it?
If 'tis denounced against us, why should not we be there in person?
Well, I could reply.
What is you say?
Your presence needs must puzzle Antony. Take from his heart, take from his brain, from his time what should not then be spared. He's already traduced for levity, and he said in Rome, Patinus and Eunuch and your maids manage this war.
Sink Rome, and their tongues rot that speak against us. A charge we bear in the war, and as the president of my kingdom, will appear there for a man. Speak not against it.
Nay, I have done.
Is it not strange, Thidias, he could so quickly cut the Ionian Sea and take in Corin? You've heard of it, sweet?
Celerity is never more admired than by the negligent.
A good rebuke. And one that would become the best of men to taunt at slackness. Then, Thidias, we will fight with him by sea.
By sea, what else?
Why will my lord do so?
For that he dares us to it.
So hath my lord dared him to single fight. Your ships are not well manned. Your mariners are muleteers, reapers, people engrossed by swift impress.
By sea.
Most worthy sir, you therein throw away the absolute soldiership you have by land. Distract your army, which for the most part doth consist of war-marked footmen.
Nay, I'll fight with him by sea.
I have 60 sail, Caesar none better.
Our overplus of shipping we will burn, and with the rest, full manned, from the head of Actium, beat the approaching Caesar. But if we fail, we then can do it at land. Thy business.
The news is true, my lord. He is descried. Caesar has taken Corin.
He be there in person. 'Tis impossible! Then, Thidias, our 19 legions thou shalt hold by land, and our 12,000 horse wheel to our ship away, my Thetis.
O noble emperor, do not fight by sea. Trust not to rotten planks. Do you misdoubt this sword and these my wounds? Let the Egyptians and the Phoenicians go a-ducking. We have used to conquer standing on the earth and fighting foot to foot.
Well. Away!
By Hercules, I think I'm in the right.
Soldier thou art. Our leaders led, and we are women's men. The speed of Caesar's carries beyond belief.
Taurus,
My lord?
strike not by land, keep hold. Provoke not battle till we have done at sea. Our fortune lies upon this jump.
Set we our squadrons on yon side of the hill in eye of Caesar's battle, from which place we may the number of his ships behold.
No.
Egyptian admiral, with all their 60 fly and turn the rudder. To see it, mine eyes are blasted.
Gods and goddesses!
What's thy passion?
The greater cantle of the world is lost with very ignorance. We have kissed away kingdoms and provinces. Yon wry bawdred nag of Egypt, whom leprosy o'ertake, in the midst of the fight, when vantage like a pair of twins appeared, the breeze upon her, like a cow in June, hoist sails and flies.
That I beheld.
She once being loosed, the noble ruin of her Mark Antony claps on his sea wing, and like a doting mallard, leaving the fighting height, flies after her. I never saw an action of such shame. Experience, manhood, honor, ne'er before did violate so itself.
Alack. Alack.
Had Antony been what he knew himself, it had gone well. He has given example for our flight, most grossly by his own.
Aye, are you thereabouts? Why then, good night indeed.
Towards Peloponnesus are they fled.
'Tis easy to it. And there I will attend what further comes.
To Caesar will I render my legions and my horse. 6 kings already show me the way of yielding.
I'll yet follow the wounded chance of Antony. Though my reason sits i' the wind against me.
Bids me tread no more upon it. It is a shame to bear me. Friends, come hither. I am so lated in the world, I've lost my way forever. I have a ship laden with treasure. Take that, divide it, fly, and make your peace with Caesar.
Fly?
Not I.
Not we! I have fled myself! And have instructed cowards to run and show their shoulders.
Friends, be gone! I have myself resolved upon a course which has no need of you. My treasure's in the harbor. Take it, fly. Oh, I followed that I blush to look upon.
Leave me, I pray, a little.
Indeed, I have lost command. Therefore, I pray you. I'll see you by and by.
Gentle, madam, to him. Comfort him.
Do, most dear queen. Do. Why, what else?
Oh, let me sit down. Oh, Juno.
Oh, no.
See you here, sir.
Oh, fine, fine, fine.
Madam,
fine,
good
Sir.
Yes, my lord, yes. He had finally I kept his sword in like a dancer. Yet now, matter.
Stand by.
Queen, my lord, the queen.
Go to him, madam. Speak to him.
Sustain me.
Most noble sir, arise. The queen approaches.
Oh.
Dost thou let me Egypt?
Oh, my Lord, forgive my fearful sails. I little thought you would have followed.
Egypt thou knewst too well. My heart was to thy rudder tied by the strings, and thou shouldst tow me after. O'er my spirit thy full supremacy thou knewst, and that thy beck might from the bidding of the gods command me.
Oh, my pardon.
Now I must to the young man send humble treaties, dodge and palter in the shifts of lowness, who with half the bulk of the world played as I pleased, making and marring fortune.
Pardon, pardon.
Fall not a tear, I say. One of them rates all that is won and lost. Give me a kiss. Even this repays me. We sent our schoolmaster. Has he come back? Oh, love, I'm full of lead. Some wine. Fortune knows we scorn her most when most she offers blows.
Let him appear that's come from Antony. Know you him?
Caesar is his schoolmaster. He had superfluous kings for messengers. Not many moons gone by.
Such as I am, I come from Antony. Lord of his fortunes, he salutes thee and requires to live in Egypt. Which, not granted, he lessens his request, and to thee sues to let him breathe between the heavens and earth, a private man in Athens.
For Antony, I have no ears to his request. The queen of audience nor desire shall fail, so she from Egypt drive her all disgraced friend, or take his life there. This, if she perform, she shall not sue unheard. So to them both.
Fortune pursue thee.
Bring him through the bands. To try thy eloquence now, 'tis time. Dispatch. From Antony, win Cleopatra. Women are not in their best fortunes strong, but want will perjure the ne'er-touched vestal. Try thy cunning, Thidias.
Caesar, I go.
Observe how Antony becomes his fall.
Caesar, I shall.
What shall we do, Enobarbus?
Think and die.
Is Antony or we in fault for this?
Antony only. That would make his will lord of his reason. What though you fled from that great face of war? Why should he follow? The itch of his affection should not then have nicked his captainship. to course your flying flags and leave his navy gazing.
The peace.
That's his answer.
Aye, my lord.
The queen shall then have courtesy, so she will yield me up.
He says so.
Let her know it. To the boy Caesar send this grizzled head, and he will fill thy wishes to the brim with principalities.
That head, my lord.
To him again. Tell him he wears the rose of youth upon him, from which the world should note something particular. His coin, ships, legions may be a coward's, whose ministers would as soon prevail under the service of a child as in the command of Caesar. I dare him, therefore, to lay aside his gay comparisons and answer me. Declined. Sword against sword. Ourselves alone. I'll write it. Follow me.
Yes, like enough. High-battled Caesar will unstate his happiness and be staged to the show against a sword.
A messenger. From Caesar.
God, no more ceremony. Admit him, sir.
Mine honesty and I begin to square. That loyalty well held to fools does make our faith mere folly. Yet he that can endure to follow with allegiance a fallen lord does conquer him that did his master conquer, and earns a place in the story.
Caesar's will.
Hear it apart.
None but friends. Say boldly.
So, happily are they friends to Antony.
He needs as many, sir, as Caesar has.
So. Thus then, thou most renowned, Caesar entreats not to consider in what case thou standst further than he is Caesar.
Go on. Right royal.
He knows that you embrace not Antony as you did love, but as you feared him.
Oh.
The scars upon your honor, therefore he does pity as constrained blemishes, not as deserved.
He is a god, and knows what is most right. Mine honor was not yielded, but conquered merely.
To be sure of that, I will ask Antony. Sir, thou art so leaky, we must leave thee to thy sinking, for thy dearest quit thee.
Shall I say to Caesar what you require of him? For he partly begs to be desired to give. It much could please him that of his fortunes you should make a star to lean upon. But it would warm his spirits to learn from me you had left Antony and put yourself under his shroud, the universal landlord.
What's thy name?
My name is Thidias.
Most kind messenger. Say to great Caesar this in deputation. I kiss his conquering hand. Tell him I am prompt to lay my crown at his feet and there to kneel. Tell him from his all-obeying breath I hear the doom of Egypt.
It is your noblest cause. Give me grace to lay my duty on your hand.
Your Caesar's father, oft, when he hath mused of taking kingdoms in, bestowed his lips on that unworthy place as it rained kisses.
favors. By Jove that thunders. What art thou, fellow?
One that but performs the bidding of the fullest man and worthiest to have command obeyed.
You will be whipped.
Approach there!
You kite.
Oh, gods and devils! Authority melts from me. Of late, when I cried ho like boys unto a muss, kings would start forth and cry your will. Have you no ears? I am Antony yet. Take it, this Jack, and whip him. Take him hence.
Mark Antony!
Take him away, being whipped. Bring him again. This Jack of Caesar's shall bear us an errand to him.
It is better playing with a lion's whelp than with an old one dying.
Have I my pillow left unpressed in Rome, forgone the getting of a lawful race, and by a gem of women, to be abused by one that looks on feeders?
Good, my lord.
You have been a bugler ever.
Oh, it's come to this.
I found you cold upon dead Caesar's trencher. Nay, you were a fragment of Cneus Pompey's. Besides, what hotter hours, unregistered in vulgar fame, you have luxuriously picked out. For I'm sure, though you can guess what temperance should be, you know not what it is.
Wherefore is this?
Let a fellow that will take rewards and say God quits you be familiar with my playfellow, your hand. This kingly seal and plighter of high hearts. Oh, that I were upon the hill of Basan to outroar the horned herd. Is he whipped?
Soundly, my lord.
Cried he and begged a pardon?
He did ask favor.
Get thee back to Caesar. Tell him thy entertainment. Look, thou say he makes me angry with him, for he seems proud and disdainful, harping on what I am. I'm not what he knew I was. Makes me angry. At this time, most easy 'tis to do it. When my good stars that were my former guides have empty left their orbs, shot their fires into the abysm of hell. Answer thy stripes. Be gone!
Have you done yet?
Alack. Our terrene moon is now eclipsed. And it portends alone the fall of Antony.
Not know me yet?
Cold-hearted toward me.
Oh, dear, if I be so, from my cold heart let heaven engender hail and poison it in the source, and the first stone drop in my neck, as it determines so dissolve my life. The next Caesarean smite, till by degrees the memory of my womb, together with my brave Egyptians all, by the discanding of this pelleted storm lie graveless, till flies and gnats of Nile have buried them for prey.
I am satisfied. Caesar sits down in Alexandria, where I will oppose his fate. Our force by land hath nobly held. Our severed navy, too, hath knit again and fleet, threatening most sea-like. Where hast thou been, my heart? Dost thou hear, lady? If from the field I shall return once more to kiss these lips, I shall return in blood. I and my sword will earn our chronicle.
There's hope in it yet.
That's my brave
I will be treble-sinewed, hearted-breathed, and fight maliciously. For when mine hours were nice and lucky, men have ransomed lives of me for jests, but now I'll set my teeth and send to darkness all that stop me. Come, let's have one other gaudy night. Call to me all my sad captains. Fill our bowls once more. Let's mock the midnight bell.
It is my birthday. I had thought to have held it poor, but since my lord is Antony again, I will be Cleopatra.
Yet do well.
Call all his noble captains to my lord.
Do so. We'll speak to them, and tonight I'll force the wine peep through their scars. Come on, my queen. There's sap in't yet. The next time I do fight, I'll make death love me, for I will contend even with his pestilent scythe.
Now will he outstare the lightning. To be furious is to be frighted out of fear, and in that mood the dove will peck the ostrich. And I see still a diminution in our captain's brain restores his heart. When valor preys on reason, it eats the sword it fights with. I will seek some way to leave him.
He calls me boy, and chides as he had power to beat me out of Egypt. My messenger he has whipped with rods. Dares me to personal combat, Caesar to Antony. Let the old ruffian know I have many other ways to die. Meantime, laugh at his challenge.
Caesar must think when one so great begins to rage, he's hunted, even to falling.
Give him no breath, but now make boot of his distraction.
Let our best heads know that tomorrow, the last of many battles we mean to fight. Within our files, there are those that served Mark Antony but late enough to fetch him in. See it done. And feast the army. We have store to do, and they have earned the waste. Poor Antony.
With me, Thidias?
No.
Why should he not?
Give me thy hand. Thou hast been rightly honest, so hast thou, and thou, you've served me well. Kings have been your fellows. Oh, my good fellows, wait on me tonight. Scant not my cups. Make as much of me as when mine empire was your fellow too, and suffered my command. Tend me tonight. Maybe it is the period of your duty. Haply you shall not see me more. Or if mangled shadow. Perchance tomorrow you'll serve another master.
What mean you, sir, to give them this discomfort? Look! They weep! And I, an ass of onion-eyed? For shame! Transform us not to women!
Which take me, if I meant it thus. I spoke to them for their comfort. I hope well of tomorrow, and will lead you where rather I'll expect victorious life than
death and honor. Let's to supper. Come.
And drown. Consideration.
Brother, good night. Tomorrow is the day.
It will determine one way. Fare you well.
Night.
Good night. Heard you have nothing strange about the streets.
Nothing. What news?
Belike 'tis but a rumor. Good night to you.
Good night.
Soldier, have careful watch.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace! What noise?
Music in the air.
Under the earth.
It signs well, does it not?
No, peace, I say.
What should this mean?
'Tis the god. Hercules. Whom Antony loved. Now leaves him.
Us. Mine armor, Eros.
Sleep a little.
No, my chuck. Come, good fellow, put mine iron on.
There, I'll help too. What's this for?
Let be, let be. Thou art the armorer of my heart. No, false. False. This.
Souffla, I'll help. Thus it must be.
Well, well, we shall thrive now. Seest thou, my good fellow?
Is not this buckled well?
Rarely, rarely. He that unbuckles this till we do please to daft for our repose shall hear us snore. Thou fumblest here us, and my queen's a squire more tight at this than thou dispatch. Oh, love, that thou couldst see my wars today, and knewst the royal occupation thou shouldst see a workman in't.
The morn is fair. Good morrow, General.
This morning, like the spirit of a youth which means to be of note, begins betimes. So, come, give me that. This way. Fare thee well, dame. Whate'er becomes of me, this is a soldier's gift. I'll leave thee now like a man of steel. Hey, you that will fight, follow me close. I'll bring you to it. Adieu.
Please, you retire to your chamber.
The gods make this a happy day to Antony.
thou, those thy scars had once prevailed to make me fight at land.
Hadst thou done so, the kings that have revolted and the soldier that has this morning left thee would have still followed at thy heels.
Who's gone? This morning.
Who? One ever near thee. Call for Enobarbus, he shall not hear thee. Or from Caesar's camp say I am none of thine.
What sayest thou?
Sir, he is with Caesar.
Sir, his chests and treasure he has not with him.
Is he gone?
Most certain.
Go, Eros. Send his treasure after. Do it. Detain no jot to judge thee. Write to him. I will subscribe. Gentle adieus and greetings. My fortunes have corrupted honest men. Dispatch. Enobarbus.
Go forth, Agrippa, and begin the fight. Our will is Antony be took alive, make it so known.
Caesar shall.
Time of universal peace is near. Prove this a prosperous day, the three-nooked world shall bear the olive freely.
Antony is come into the field.
Go charge, Agrippa. Plant those that have revolted in the van, that Antony may seem to spend his fury upon himself.
Alexas did revolt. He did persuade great Herod to incline himself to Caesar and leave his master Antony for this pains. Caesar hath hanged him. Then Thidias and the rest that fell away have entertainment, but no honorable trust. Have done ill, of which I do accuse myself so sorely, I will join no more.
Enobarbus, Antony hath after thee sent all thy treasure, with his bounty overplus. The messenger came upon my guard, and at thy tent is now unloading of his mules.
Ha ha! I give it thee.
Mock not, Enobarbus. I speak true. Your emperor continues still, a Jove.
I am alone, the villain of the earth, and feel I am so most. Oh, Antony, thou mine of bounty, how wouldst thou have paid my better service when my turpitude thou dost so crown with gold? This blows my heart. I fight against thee? No. I will go seek some ditch wherein to die. The foulest best fits my latter part of life.
Done so at first.
Retire! We have engaged ourselves too far!
Retire!
They are beaten, sir, and our advantage serves for a fair victory!
Tomorrow, before the sun shall see us, we'll spill the blood that has today escaped.
O thou day of the world, chain mine armed neck. Leap thou, attire and all through proof of harness to my heart, and there ride on the pants triumphing.
Lord of lords, oh, infinite virtue, comest thou smiling from the world's great snare uncaught?
Mine nightingale. We have beat them to their beds. What girl? Though grey do something mingle with my younger brown, yet have I a brain which nourishes my nerves and can get goal for goal of youth. Give me thy hand.
Night is shining. And they say we shall in battle before the second hour of the morn.
This last day was a shrewd one to us.
Bear me witness, knight.
What man is this?
Poor Enobarbus did before thy face. Repent.
Enobarbus? Wait. Hark further.
Oh, sovereign mistress of true melancholy. The poisonous damp of night dispense upon me. That life, a very rebel to my will, may hang no longer on me. Throw my heart against the flint and hardness of my fault, which, being dried with grief, will break to powder and finish all foul thoughts. Antony, forgive me in thine own particular. But let the world rank me in register a master leaver and a fugitive. Antony. Oh. Antony.
Speak to him.
Awake, sir. Awake. Speak to us.
Hear you, sir?
Hand of death. Hath brought him. Hark. The drums demurely wake the sleepers.
consolation is this day by sea. We please them not by land.
Or both, my lord.
Would they fight in the fire or the air? We'll fight there, too. This it is. Our soldiers upon these hills adjoining to the city shall fight with me. Go tell them so.
His best forces fought to man his galleys to the Vales and hold our best advantage.
Our fleet are put to sea, but are not met with Caesar's ships as yet. Where yon pine to stand, I shall view their battle.
Swallows have built in Cleopatra's sails their nests. The auguries say they know not, they cannot tell, look grimly, and dare not speak their knowledge. Antony is valiant and dejected, and by starts his fretted fortunes give him hope and fear of what he has and has not.
All is lost. Foul Egyptian has betrayed me. My fleet yielded to the foe, and yonder they cast their caps up and caroused together like friends long lost. Triple-turned whore. 'Tis thou hast sold me to this novice, and my heart makes only wars on thee. Bid them all fly. When I am revenged upon my charm, I have done all. Bid them all fly, begone!
Son, thy uprise shall I see no more. Fortune and Antony part here. Even here do we shake hands. Oh, come to this. The hearts that spanieled me at heels, to whom I gave their wishes, do discandy, melt their sweets on blossoming Caesar. And this pine is barked that overtopped them all. Betrayed I am. Oh, this false soul of Egypt, this grave charm like a right gypsy, hath at fast and loose beguiled me to the very heart of loss. She dies for it. Hear us. Hear. Thou spell, avaunt!
Why is my lord enraged against his lord?
Vanish, or I shall give thee thy deserving, and blemish Caesar's triumph! Let him take thee, and hoist thee up to the shunting pavilion, and let patient Octavius plough thy visage up with her. Prepare, Enobarbus! She dies for it! Heroes!
Oh, he's more mad than Telamon for his shield. To the monument. There, lock yourself. And send him word you're dead. To the monument. Mardian? Go tell him I've slain myself. Say the last I spoke was Antony, and word it prithee piteously. Hence, Mardian, and bring me how he takes my death. To the monument.
I made these wars for Egypt and the Queen, whose heart I thought I had. For she had mine. Yet she, Eros, has packed cards with Caesar and false played my glory unto an enemy's triumph. Nay, weep not, gentle Eros. There is left us ourselves to end ourselves. Oh, thy vile mistress, she has robbed me of my sword!
No, Antony. My mistress loved thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entirely.
And saucy eunuch, peace! She has betrayed me and shall die the death.
Death of one person can be paid but once. And that she has discharged. The last she spake was Antony, most noble Antony. Then in the midst a tearing groan did break the name of Antony. It was divided between her heart and lips. She rendered life, thy name so buried in her.
Dead? Then?
Dead.
Unarmed, Eros. A long day's task is done, and we must sleep. That thou departst hence safe dost pay thy labor richly. Go! Off. Pluck off. The sevenfold shield of Ajax cannot keep the battery from my heart. Oh, cleave my sides. Heart, once be stronger than thy continent, crack thy frail case. Apace, Eros, apace. No more a soldier. Bruised pieces, go. You have been nobly born. From me a while. I will o'ertake thee, Cleopatra, and weep for my pardon. As it must be. For now, all length is torture. Since the torch is out, lie down, stray no further. Eros? I come, my queen. Eros? Where souls do couch on flowers, we'll hand in hand, and with our sprightly port make the ghosts gaze. Dido and her Aeneas shall want troops, and all the haunt be ours. Eros, Eros.
What would my noble lord?
Thou art sworn, Eros, that when the exigent should come, which now is come indeed, when I should see behind me the inevitable prosecution of disgrace and horror, thou then on my command wouldst kill me. Do it. The time is come.
Gods, withhold me.
Eros, when I did make thee free, swarst thou not then to do this when I bade thee? Do it at once.
Turn from me, then, that noble countenance wherein the worship of the whole world lies.
Know thee?
My sword is drawn, my dear master. Shall I strike now?
Now, Eros.
Why? There. Thus do I escape the sorrow of Antony's?
Thrice nobler than myself. Thou teachest me, O valiant Eros, what I should and thou couldst not. My queen and Eros have by their valiant instruction got upon me a nobleness in record. But I will be a bridegroom in my death and run in tutus to a lover's bed. Come, land.
The head! The guard! Oh,
Dispatch me! I've done my work ill, friend. I'll make an end of that which I begun.
Death and fortunes bid thy followers fly. This sword but shown to Caesar with this tidings shall enter me with him.
Star is fallen. Let him that loves me strike me dead.
Where's Antony?
There, damn it! Draw thy sword and give me sufficing strokes for death!
Most absolute lord! My mistress Cleopatra sent me to thee.
When did she send thee?
Now, my lord.
Oh. Where is she?
Locked in her monument. For when she saw, which never shall be found, you did suspect she had disposed with Caesar, and that your rage would not be purged. She sent you word she was dead.
Oh.
But fearing since how it might work, have sent me to proclaim the truth. Now I'm come, I dread too late.
Too late. Good damn it. Bear me, good friends, where Cleopatra abides. 'Tis the last service I shall command you. I have led you oft. Carry me now, good friends, and have my thanks for all.
Oh, Charmian, I will never go from hence.
Be comforted, dear madam.
No, I will not. All strange and terrible events are welcome, but comforts we despise. Our sighs of sorrow proportioned to our cause must be as great as that which makes it. How now? Is he dead?
His death is upon him, but not dead. His guard have brought him hither.
Oh, son! Burn the great sphere thou movest in. Darkling stand the varying shore of the world. Oh! Antony! Antony! Antony!
Peace.
Antony! Antony!
I'm dying in Egypt. Dying. Only I hear importune death a while, till of many thousand kisses, the poor last I lay upon thy lips.
I dare not. Dear, dear, my lord, pardon. I dare not, lest I be taken. But come, come, Antony. Help me, my women. We must draw thee up. Assist, good friends.
Oh, quick, or I am gone.
Here's sport indeed. How heavy weighs my lord. Our strength is all gone into heaven as that makes the weight. Yet come a little. Wishes were ever fools. Oh, come. kissing. Had my lips that power, thus would I wear them out.
Give me some wine. And let me speak a little.
No, let me speak.
One word, sweet queen. Of Caesar, seek your honor with your safety.
They do not go together.
Ye queen. None about Caesar trust, but Proculeius.
My resolution and my hands I'll trust, none about Caesar.
A miserable change, now at my end. Lament nor sorrow at, but please your thoughts in feeding them with those my former glories, wherein I lived, the greatest prince of the world, the noblest. And do now not basely die, not cowardly put off my helmet to my countrymen. A Roman, by a Roman, valiantly vanquished. Now, my spirit is going. I can no more.
Noblest of men, would die. Hast thou no care of me? Shall I abide in this dull world, which in thy absence is no better than a sty? Oh, see, my women, the crown of the earth doth melt. My lord, withered is the garland of the war. The soldier's pole is fallen. Young boys and girls are level now with men. The odds is gone, and there is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon.
His lady. She's dead too. Our sovereign lady. Madam. Royal Egypt, Empress.
Peace. Peace. Ira. No more. But e'en a woman. And commanded by such poor passion as the maid that milks and does the meanest chairs. It were for me to throw my scepter at the injurious gods, to tell them that this world did equal theirs till they had stolen our jewel. All's but naught. Patience is sottish, and impatience does become a dog that's mad. Then is it sin to rush into the secret house of death, ere death dare come to us? Oh, dear women, what could cheer? Why, how Charmian, my noble girls. Oh, women. Look, our lamp is spent. It's out. Good sirs, take heart. We'll bury him. And then what's brave, what's noble, let's do it after the high Roman fashion, and make death proud to take us. Come away. This case of that huge spirit now is cold. Oh, women, women. Come. We have no friend but resolution and the briefest end.
Wherefore is that? What art thou that darest appear thus to us?
Antony is dead. This is his sword. I robbed his wound of it.
A rarer spirit ne'er did steer humanity.
But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Caesar is touched.
When such a spacious mirror's set before him, he needs must see himself.
Oh, Antony, I have followed thee to this. But we do lance diseases in our bodies. I must perforce have shown to thee such a declining day, or look on thine. We could not stall together in the whole world. But yet, let me lament that thou, my brother, my competitor in top of all design, my mate in empire, friend and companion in the front of war, the arm of mine own body, and the heart where mine his thoughts did kindle, that our stars unreconcilable should divide our equalness to this. Whence art thou?
The Queen, my mistress, confined in all she has, her monument, of thy intents desires instruction.
Bid her have good heart. She soon shall know of us by some of ours how honorable and how kindly we determine for her. For Caesar cannot live to be ungentle.
So the gods preserve thee.
Come hither. Proculaus. Go and say we purpose her no shame. Give her what comforts the quality of her passion shall require, lest in her greatness by some mortal stroke she do defeat us.
Caesar, I shall.
Gallus. Go you and second Proculaus, for her life in Rome would be eternal in our triumph.
What's thy name?
My name is Proculaus.
Antony did tell me of you, bade me trust you. But I do not greatly care to be deceived that have no use for trusting. If Caesar please to give me conquered Egypt for my son, he gives me so much of mine own as I will kneel to him with thanks. I hourly learn a doctrine of obedience, and would gladly look him i' the face.
This I'll report, dear lady. Have comfort, for I know your plight is pitied of him that caused it.
You see how easily she may be surprised.
Oh, Cleopatra, thou art taken, Queen. Oh,
quick, good hand!
Worthy lady! How? Do not abuse my master's bounty by the undoing of yourself.
Guard her till Caesar come.
Where art thou, Death? Come hither, come. And take a queen worth many babes and beggars.
Oh, temperance. Lady.
Sir, I will eat no meat. I'll not drink, sir. Shall they hoist me up and show me to the shouting varletry of censuring Rome? Rather, a ditch in Egypt be gentle grave unto me, Rather on Nilus mud lay me stark naked, and let the waterflies blow me into abhorring. Rather make my country's high pyramides my gibbet, and hang me up in chains.
You do extend these thoughts of horror further than you shall find cause in Caesar.
Proculeius, what thou hast done thy master Caesar knows, and he hath sent for thee. For the queen, I'll take her to my guard.
So, Dolabella, it shall content me best. Be gentle to her. To Caesar, I will speak what you shall please, if you'll employ me to him.
Say I would die.
Most noble Empress, you have heard of me.
I cannot tell.
Assuredly, you know me.
No matter, sir, what I have heard or known. You laugh when boys or women tell their dreams. It's not your trick.
I understand not, madam.
I dreamed there was an emperor, Antony. Oh, such another sleep, that I might see but such another man.
If it might please you.
His face was as the heavens, and therein stuck a sun and moon, which kept their course and lighted the little the earth.
Most sovereign
his
creature.
His legs bestrid the ocean, his reared arm crested the world.
If it might please ye.
Think you there was or might be such a man as this I dreamed of?
Gentle madam, no.
You lie, up to the hearing of the gods.
Hear me, good madam. Your loss is as yourself, great. And you bear it as answering to the weight. And I do feel by the rebound of yours a grief that smites my very heart at root.
I thank you, sir. Know you what Caesar means to do with me?
I am loath to tell you what I would you knew.
Nay, pray you, sir.
Though he be honorable.
Lead me then in triumph.
Madam, he will. I know it.
Make way there, Caesar!
Which is the Queen of Egypt?
It is the Emperor, madam.
Arise. You shall not kneel. I pray you, rise. Rise. Egypt.
Sir, the gods will have it thus. My master and my lord, I must obey.
Take to you no hard thoughts.
So, sir of the world, I cannot project mine own cause so well to make it clear.
Cleopatra, no. We will extenuate rather than enforce. If you apply yourself to our intents, which toward you are most gentle, you shall find a benefit in the change. But if you seek to lay on me a cruelty by taking Antony's course, you will deprive yourself of my good purposes and put your children to that destruction which I'll shield them from if thereon you rely. I'll take my leave.
And may through all the world it is yours.
Feed and sleep. Our care and pity is so much upon you that we remain your friend. And so adieu.
My master and my lord.
Not so. Adieu.
He words me, girls. He words me that I should not be noble to myself. But hark thee, Charmian.
Finish, good lady. The bright day is done, and we are for the dark.
Go put it to the haste.
Madam, I will.
Dolabella.
Madam, Caesar through Syria intends his journey, and within 3 days, you, with your children, will he send before. Make your best use of this.
Dolabella, I shall remain your debtor.
Adieu, good madam.
Now, Iris, what thinkst thou? Thou, an Egyptian puppet, shall be shown in Rome as well as I. Mechanic slaves with greasy aprons, rules, and hammers shall uplift us to the view.
Gods forbid.
It is most certain, Iris. Saucy lictors will catch at us like strumpets, and scald rhymers ballad us out of tune. The quick comedians extemporally will stage us and present our Alexandrian revels. Antony shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some squeaking Cleopatra buoy my greatness in the posture of a whore.
Oh, the good God.
Now, Charmian, show me my women like a queen. Go fetch my best attires. I am again for Cydnus to meet Mark Antony. Sirrah Iris, go. Now, noble Charmian, we'll dispatch indeed. And when thou hast done this chair, I'll give thee leave to play till doomsday. Bring our crown and all.
Here is a rural fellow that will not be denied your highness presence. He brings you figs.
Let him come in. What poor an instrument may do a noble deed. He brings me liberty, my resolutions placed, and I have nothing of woman in me. Now from head to foot I am marble constant. Now the fleeting moon no planet is of mine.
This is the man.
Avoid and leave him. Hast thou the pretty worm of Nilus there, that kills and pains not?
Truly I have him, but I wouldn't be the party that should desire you to touch him, for his biting's immortal. They that do die of it, does seldom or never recover.
Rememberest thou any that have died on't?
Oh, very many. Men and women, too. I heard of one of them no longer than yesterday. Very honest woman, with something given to lie, as a woman shouldn't do, but in the way of honesty. How she died of the biting of it. What pain she felt, truly. But he that'll believe all that they say will never be saved. But this is most valuable. The worm's an odd worm.
Well, get thee hence. Farewell.
I wish you all joy of the worm.
Farewell.
Give it nothing, I pray you. Tidn't worth the feeding.
Will it eat me?
Oh, you mustn't think me so simple, but I know the devil himself will not eat a woman. I know a woman's a dish for the gods, if the devil dress her not. But truly, these same horse and devils do the gods great harm in their women. For in every 10 that they make, the devils mar 5.
Well, get thee gone. Farewell.
Yes, forsooth. I wish you joy of the worm.
Give me my robe. Put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. Now, no more juice of Egypt's grape shall moist this lip. Yeah, good Iris, quick. Methinks I hear Antony call. I see him rouse himself to praise my noble act. I hear him mock the luck of Caesar, which the gods give men to excuse their after wrath. Husband, I come. Now to that name my courage prove my title. I am fire and air. My other elements I give to baser life. So, have you done? Come then, and take the last warmth of my lips. Farewell, kind Charmian. Iris, long farewell. Have I the aspic in my lips? Dost fall? If thou and nature can so gently part, the stroke of death is as a lover's pinch, which hurts and is desired. Dost thou lie still? This proves me base. If she first meet the curled Antony, he'll make demand of her and spend that kiss, which is my heaven to have. Come, thou mortal wretch. With thy sharp teeth, this knot intrinsicate of life at once untie. Poor venomous fool, be angry and dispatch. Oh, couldst thou speak, that I might hear thee call great Caesar ass, unpolicied.
Oh, Eastern Star.
Peace, peace. Dost thou not see my baby at my breast, that sucks the nurse asleep?
Oh, break, oh, break.
As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle. Oh, Antony! Nay, I will take thee too. What? Should I stay?
In this vile world, so fare thee well. Now boast thee death. In thy possession lies, alas, unparalleled. Downy windows close, and golden Phoebus never be beheld of eyes again so royal. Your crown's awry, I'll mend it. And then play.
Where is the Queen?
Speak softly, wake her not.
Caesar hath sent.
Too slow a messenger.
Oh, come apace, dispatch. I partly feel thee.
Approach, ho!
Work is here. Charmian, is this well done?
It is well done. And fitting for a princess, descended of so many royal kings.
Oh, sold him.
How goes it here? Or dead? Oh, sir, you are too sure an augurer. That you did fear is done.
She looks like sleep. As she would catch another Antony in her strong toil of grace. Bravest at the last, she leveled at our purposes. And being royal, took her own way. She shall be buried by her Antony. No grave upon the earth shall clip in it a pair so famous. High events as these strike those that make them. Our army shall in solemn show attend their funeral, and then to Rome.